So balancing the equations. So the balancing the equation is an important in the chemistry. So the both sides we have to balance the reactants as well as the products. So we have to count that how many number of the atoms are present in the reactants. So the same number of the atoms should be present in the product. So that we call it as a balancing the equation. So for example, here sodium reacts with O2 and it forms the sodium oxide. Okay. So in this case, so we are having a one sodium atom here and two sodium atoms are here. So here two oxygen and the one oxygen atom is here. So always we have to balance first the O2 because it is the two molecules are there. So we have to balance first. Here in this case, it is a single atom. So we can able to write whatever the number we want. So we have to balance always the single atom at the last. Okay. So here two oxygen atoms are here. So here it is only one. So what we have to place it? So we should not place the O2. That is the wrong one. So we always place the number in front of the compound or in front of the element. That we call it as a coefficient. If you are placing the 2 here, then the formula become a wrong. So Na plus O2 gives 2Na2O. So now we have balanced the oxygen. So this 2 is applicable for the sodium as well as for the oxygen. So now here there are two oxygen atoms are here. Here also two oxygen atoms. So both sides the oxygen is balanced. So now we have to check the sodium atom. So here sodium 2Na2. So it means that there are 4 sodium atoms are here. But this side only 1. Okay. So now we have to write the 4 in front of the sodium. Plus O2 gives 2Na2O. So now we have balanced the equation. So 4Na plus O2 gives 2Na2O. So 4 sodium atom, here also 4 sodium atom, 2 oxygen and here it is a 2 oxygen. Next example. Potassium reacts with water, gives potassium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Okay. So here one potassium and here it is also one potassium. So potassium is balanced and two hydrogen atoms and here it is a 1 and here it is a 2. So totally 3 hydrogen atoms are present in the product side and 2 hydrogen atoms are present in the reactant side. So we have to balance the hydrogen. Then oxygen. So here it is 1 oxygen and here it is 1 oxygen. Okay. So now what we can do over here is there are 2 hydrogen atoms are present over here. Okay, so first we'll balance the hydrogen. K plus H2O gives KO to KOH plus H2. Okay. So now we have balanced the hydrogen. 2 here and 2, 4 here. So what we can do over here is in front of the water we can place the 2. Okay. So now 4 hydrogen atoms and here also 2 hydrogen plus 2 hydrogen, 4 hydrogen atoms. So the hydrogen atoms balanced. Then 2 oxygen atom, here it is a 2 oxygen atom. So oxygen atoms are also balanced. Then come to the potassium. So here it is a 2 potassium but here it is a only 1 potassium atom. So just we have to write 2 in front of the potassium. 2K plus 2H2O gives 2KOH plus H2. So now we have balanced the equation. So we have to check it. So 2 potassium 2K and here also it is a 2K and 4 hydrogen atoms here. 2 hydrogen plus 2 hydrogen. So 4 hydrogen atoms and 2 oxygen atom. Here it is a 2 oxygen. So all the atoms are balanced in this equation. Next example. Aluminium reacts with oxygen and forms the aluminium oxide Al2O3. So now, okay, here it is only one aluminium atom. Here it is a two aluminium atoms, and here it is two oxygen, and here it is a three oxygen. Okay, so here also the same thing. So first we have to balance the oxygen, then we have to balance the aluminium. Okay, while balancing the oxygen, here it is a 2 and here it is a 3. So 2 oxygen atoms and 3 oxygen atoms. So both are not same. So what we have to do is, we have to multiply with the 3 over here and 2 over here. Cross multiply. So Al plus 3O2 gives 2Al2O3. Okay. So now it is here 6 oxygen atom. Here also it is a 6 oxygen atom. So now then comes to the aluminium. Okay. Here it is a 4 aluminium atoms, but here it is only 1. So we have to place the 4 in front of the Al. So 4 Al plus 3O2 gives 2 Al2O3. So now we have to check it out. Here it is a 4Al. Here it is also 4Al. And here 3 times 2, 6 oxygen atom. So 2 times 3 here, it is also 6 oxygen atoms. So thus the equation is balanced. If there are two different numbers, we have to cross multiply with the reactants as well as with the products. Here, boron reacts with chlorine, forms the boron trichloride. Here also the same thing. Here it is a chlorine is a diatomic molecule, so Cl2. So when it combines with the boron, it forms the Cl3. So here it is a 2 chlorine, here it is the 3 chlorine. Again we have to do the cross multiply. The 3 we have to place it over here, the 2 we have to place it over here. So B plus 3Cl2 gives 2BCl3. Okay. So now here 3 times 2, 6. 6 chlorine atoms are present. Here it is 3 times 2, 6 chlorine atoms are present. So thus the chlorine atoms balanced. Then the next one is a boron. Here it is a 2 boron and here it is a only 1 boron. So we have to write 2 in front of the boron. 2B plus 3Cl2 gives 2BCl. So now we have to check it out. So 2 boron, here also it is a 2 boron, 3 Cl2. So there are totally 6 chlorine atoms. Here 2 times 3 is 6, 6 chlorine atoms. Now the equation is balanced. Next one is CH4 plus O2 gives CO2 plus H2O. So CH4 is methane. Methane reacts with oxygen, gives the carbon dioxide and the H2. Okay, so now this is the combustion reaction. Okay, so now one carbon atom and here also it's one carbon atom. So 4 hydrogen atoms, but here it is only the 2 hydrogen atoms. Okay, so we have to place the 2 in front of over here, then it becomes the 4. And then we have to balance the O2. So whenever we are balancing the combustion equation, so first we have to balance the carbon and the hydrogen. At last we have to balance the oxygen. CH4 plus O2 gives CO2 plus So we have to place 2 in front of the H2, 2H2. Okay. So now here 4 hydrogen atoms. Here also it is a 4 hydrogen atoms. And then here it is a 1 carbon, and also here it is a 1 carbon. Now we have to balance the oxygen. So here it is a 2 oxygen, and then here 2 oxygen and 2 oxygen. Totally 4 oxygen atoms are present. So we have to place the 2 in front of the oxygen. So CH4 plus 2O2 gives CO2 plus 2H2. So we have to check the all the atoms. So 1 carbon and 1 carbon, and 4 hydrogen here, and here also it is a 4 hydrogen, and 4 oxygen atom here, 2 O2, and then here 2 oxygen and plus 2 oxygen. So totally 4 oxygen. So now the equation is balanced. Then nitrogen reacts with the hydrogen, gives the ammonia. Okay. So N2 plus H2 gives NH3. So here both are diatomic molecule. So first what we have to do is, here there are 2 nitrogen atoms. Here it is only 1 nitrogen atom. Here it is 2 hydrogen, and here it is a 3 hydrogen. Okay. So first we have to balance the 2 different numbers. So here it is 2 and here it is 3. So what we have to do is just we have to do the cross multiplication of this. So N2 plus we have to place 3 in front of the hydrogen, which gives 2NH3. So N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3. Okay. So now here there are 6 hydrogen atoms, and here also it is a 3 times 2, it is a 6 hydrogen atoms. Okay. Then comes to the nitrogen. Here it is a 2 nitrogen. Here it is also 2 nitrogen. So nitrogen also balanced while we are balancing the hydrogen. So now the equation is balanced. Okay. Next one. Hydrogen reacts with oxygen, forms the water. H2 plus O2 gives water. Okay. So now here we have to H2 plus O2 gives water. So here there are only 2 hydrogen atoms, and here it is a 2 hydrogen atoms and 2 oxygen, and here it is a 1 oxygen. Okay, so we should not place the 2 over here, then the formula will change. So we have to place the 2 in front of the water, then only the water becomes the oxygen becomes the 2. H2 H2 plus O2 gives 2H2O. So now it is a 2 oxygen here, and also it is a 2 oxygen. So now the oxygen is balanced. Now we have to come for the H2. So hydrogen is, here it is the 4 hydrogen atoms are present. Here it is only the 2. So we can place the 2 in front of the hydrogen to make the 4 hydrogen atom. So 2H2 plus O2 gives 2H2O. Okay. Now the next one. Na plus Cl2 gives NaCl2. So NaCl, sodium reacts with chlorine to form the sodium chloride. Okay. So now in this case, the reactant side only 1 sodium atom, and product side it is a 1 sodium. And the reactant side we are having a 2 chlorine, and product side we are having only 1 chlorine. Okay. So now we have to balance the chlorine first. Have to place the 2 in front of the NaCl. So Na plus Cl2 gives 2NaCl. Okay. So now we have balanced the chlorine, 2Cl, and also here it is 2Cl. And then sodium atom we have to balance it. Here it is a 2Na, here it is only 1Na. So have to place the 2 in front of the sodium. 2Na plus Cl2 gives 2NaCl. Have to check it first. 2Na here, and also here it is 2Na, 2 chlorine, and also here it is 2 chlorine. So now the equation is balanced. Next one is Fe2O3 reacts with carbon, forms the Fe plus CO2. Okay. So now here we have to balance the oxygen first, because here it is the 3 oxygen, here it is the 2 oxygen. So both numbers are different. So first we have to balance the oxygen. So what we have to do? Cross multiply with the numbers. The 2 we have to place in front of over here. 2Fe2O3 plus carbon gives Fe plus 3CO2. Okay. So now here it is 2 times 3 oxygen. So it's a 6 oxygen atom here, and also here it is 3 times 2, 6 oxygen atoms. So now we have balanced the oxygen. Then comes to the iron. So iron is 2 times 2, 4. So 4 iron are here, and here it is only 1 iron. So 2Fe2O3 plus carbon gives 4Fe plus 3CO2. Okay. Then comes to the carbon. Here it is only 1 carbon. Here it is the 3 carbon atoms are present. So we have to place the 3 in front of the carbon here. 2Fe2O3 plus 3 carbon gives 4Fe plus 3CO2. So we have to check it. 2 times 2, 4. 4Fe. Here also it is a 4Fe. And here it is the 6 oxygen. Here it is also the 6 oxygen. And 3 carbon. And also here it is a 3 carbon. So now the equation is balanced. Okay. Next one. ZnS, zinc sulfide, reacts with the oxygen, forms the zinc oxide plus SO2. So now we have to balance the equation. Okay, so here it is only 1 zinc. Here also it is only 1 zinc and 1 sulfur, and also a product side also it is only 1 sulfur. Here it is a 2 oxygen, and here it is 1 oxygen and the 2 oxygen, totally 3 oxygen atoms are there. So now we have to balance the oxygen first. Okay. So what we can do over here is we can place the 2 in front of the Zn. So it becomes ZnS plus O2 gives 2ZnO plus SO2. Okay. So now it becomes a 2 oxygen here and it's 2 oxygen. So totally 4 oxygen atoms are present. So we have to place the 2 in front of the oxygen here. Then only it becomes the 4. Zn is plus 2O2, which gives 2ZnO plus SO2. Okay. So now we have to check the oxygen. 2 times 2, 4 oxygen atom here. 2 oxygen here, 2 oxygen here. So 4 oxygen atom. So now the oxygen atom is balanced. Then comes to the zinc. So here it is the 2 zinc, but here it is only 1. Okay. So now we have to place the 2 in front of the this zinc sulfide. 2ZnS plus 2O2, which gives 2ZnO plus SO2. Okay. So now 2 zinc, and also it is a 2 zinc. Okay. Then comes to the sulfur. So here it is a 2 sulfur and here it is only 1 sulfur. Okay. So we have to place the 2 in front of the sulfur. 2 ZNS plus 2O2 which gives 2 ZNO plus 2SO. Okay. So now the oxygen atom is not balanced. Here it is a 4 oxygen atom. Here it is a 2 and here it is a 4. 2 times 2 4 plus 2 6. So here it is a 6 oxygen atom. Here it is a 4. So what we can do is we have to increase the 4 to 6. So instead of the 2 we have to place the 3 in front of the oxygen. 2 ZNS and 3O2. So it makes oxygen 6. 2 ZNO plus 2SO2. Okay. So now we have to check the equation. 2 zinc, here also it is a 2 zinc and it is a 2 sulfur. Here is also the 2 sulfur and 6 oxygen atoms present here. Here it is a 2 and it is a 4. So totally 6. So now the equation is balanced. Okay. Next one is SO2 plus O2 gives SO3. Okay. This is one of the important reaction in the contact process. So SO2 plus O2 gives SO3. Okay. So now here it is 1 sulfur. Here it is 1 sulfur. Okay. Here it is a 2 plus 2, 4. 4 oxygen atoms. Here it is a 3 oxygen atom. Okay. So what we have to do here is first go with the smallest number 2. SO2 plus O2 which gives 2SO3. Okay. So now by placing the 2 in front of this one, we have made this one as the even number. Before it is a odd number, that is 3. So now we have placed the 2 in front of that, it becomes a 6. So 6 oxygen atom here and here it is the 4. Okay. So now what we can do over here is first, then we can balance the sulfur, then we can balance the oxygen. 2 sulfur atoms are here. Here it is only 1 sulfur. Okay, so it is a 2 SO2 plus O2 gives 2 SO3. Okay, so now here it is the 2 sulfur and also here it is the 2 sulfur. 2 times 2, 4 oxygen plus 2, 6 oxygen. So here it's totally the 6 oxygen atoms present. Here 2 times 3. Okay, here also it is a 6 oxygen atoms. Now the equation is balanced. Okay, the next one. FeCl3 reacts with MgO gives Fe2O3 plus MgCl2. Okay. So now in this case, okay, so the oxygen is also here 1 and here it is a 3. And chlorine is 3 over here and it is a 2 over here. So first we will go with the chlorine. So because it is a 3, here it is a 2. So just we can do the cross multiply. So the 2 we have to place in front of the FeCl3 plus MgO which gives Fe2O3 plus 3MgCl2. Okay. So now we have balanced the chlorine. So 2 times 3 is 6 chlorine here. 3 times 2 is a 6 chlorine here. So now the chlorine is balanced. Then 2Fe. So here also it is a 2Fe. So the iron is also balanced. Then we have to balance the magnesium and the oxygen. So here it is only 1 magnesium and here it is only 1 oxygen. Here we are having only 3 oxygen and 3 magnesium. Okay, so we have to place the 3 in front of the MgO. So 2 FeCl3 3 MgO, so which gives Fe2O3 plus 3 MgCl2. Okay, so now we have to check it. Here it is a 2 iron, here also it is a 2 iron, and 2 times 3 is 6 chlorine here. So 3 times 2 it is a 6 chlorine, and 3 Mg, here also it is a 3 Mg, and here it is a 3 oxygen, here also it is a 3 oxygen. So now the equation is balanced. Okay. N2 plus O2 gives NO2. Okay, so now here 2 oxygen atom, here also it is a 2 oxygen atom. So the oxygen is balanced now. Nitrogen is 2 here, but only here it is only 1. So we have to place the 2 in front of the NO2. So N2 plus O2 gives 2NO2. So now here 2 nitrogen and also here it is a 2 nitrogen. But now we have to balance the oxygen again. Here it is a 2 oxygen and here it is the 4 oxygen atom. So we have to place the 2 in front of the oxygen molecule. N2 plus 2O2 gives 2NO2. So here it is a 2 nitrogen, here also it is a 2 nitrogen, 4 oxygen atom, 2 times 2, 4, 4 oxygen atom. So now the equation is balanced.